Welcome to your Huron Valley Chamber Today, a new show highlighting the good things happening at local businesses and organizations. This show will highlight both new members and longtime members of the Chamber of Commerce. Your host is Milford resident Gordon Muir. Gordon is a businessman, Chamber Executive Board member, and steadfast supporter of the Huron Valley community. And now, your host, Gordon.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome you to our show. Our first guest this evening will be Mike Peterson. Mike is with Hungry Howie's. And Mike, why don't you bring us up to date on what's going on in some of your operation here locally?
Okay, Gordon. Well, little history. My family started out back in 1984. I have two older brothers, Steve and Jim. We opened our first store in Waterford. The stores that we have here in the Huron Valley School District, we have one in White Lake, we have another one in Highland at Duck Lake and 59, two in what we consider Milford, one in front of the Milford High School, and we just this past summer opened one up on the south side of Milford. You attended the VIP party on July 24th.
Right.
So we do currently have 4 locations in the Huron Valley School District.
Okay.
We opened that first location, like I said, in May of 1984. And the ones out here we opened in the late 1990s, early 2000s.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the pink boxes that you have right now and what's going on?
October's a great month for us in pizza sales. This is the pink, we call it the Pink Pizza Box Month, the Love Hope Pizza campaign. This is a very important campaign to the entire corporation and all the franchisees. I think everybody really embraces the campaign. What we do is for every pizza sold during the month of October, if it's a pink pizza box, there's a portion of our sales that go towards National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, we also have cord bracelets, little pendants you can sponsor, $1 sponsorships or $2, and it all goes towards a great fund.
Now, also, you do a lot for the school district, don't you?
Absolutely. We live here in the Huron Valley School District. I've lived in Highland myself for over 15 years. I have a son that graduated in 2015 from Milford High School.
Great.
And a daughter in 2017, and I have one at your school, which is Muir Middle School. He's in 8th grade.
Right.
So yeah, I live here, I breathe here, and this is where we play and we work. I do many different promotions. Our best, I consider it our best engagement with the community, especially with the elementaries, is we call it our Family Fun Night promotion.
Right.
And pretty much every elementary school has embraced it. It's a phenomenal fundraiser for the PTAs. We pick a day out of each month for each school.
Right.
And we donate a portion of the sales back to the PTA, and they can use that for whatever they'd like.
Right.
Yep.
Now, what makes Hungry Howie's Pizza different than your competitors out there?
Have you been hiding under a rock? Come on. Hungry Howie's flavored crust.
Right.
That is our trademark. That is our logo. That is what we stand behind 100%. That is what we are known for. It's the flavored crust.
So
we make our dough fresh daily.
Right.
Very, very few companies do that every day. We make our dough fresh, so we have a very fresh product, fresh ingredients.
Good.
And it gives you that quality that everybody's looking for.
Now, if I come into Hungry Howie's, you have other than pizza there.
Oh, absolutely. We have a variety of different salads, from personal size all the way up to catering size that feed up 20 people. We have breadsticks, we have wings, and we have a new chocolate chip cookie with Ghirardelli chocolate in it now, which we just started. It's a phenomenal product.
Well, that's great. That's really great to hear that you've got all kinds of different stuff. I walk in there.
There's a variety. We have our oven baked subs, also, which are a big hit. Or if you're looking for kind of a little snack, we have Howie rolls. Howie rolls are great for light eaters or children.
So your new location, of course, is right down in South Milford.
Yeah.
Where is it located down there?
It's on the south side of Milford, right behind the Tim Hortons, right next to America's Coney and Grill.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very popular area.
Very
then.
popular area. Yes, it is.
Very good, very good. Now, one last thing. Really, what got you all started? What were you doing before you got started?
That was it.
How did you get
This
started?
is our lifeblood. You know, many people, they find their passion and they stick with it. And ever since middle school, I've been doing this since I was 13, so for 34 years.
Oh.
And I've had some other side jobs, you know, of course,
Right.
as kids do growing up, but this has been our family's, our passion and what we truthfully, we believe in the product and the brand.
Well, that's great. Really enjoy that.
Hey, I've got a treat for you, if you don't mind, being that you're the Citizen of the Year. I'd like to give you something, if you don't mind.
Oh, my.
Here's a few free pizzas on me, of course.
Oh, golly Moses.
And here's a hat, your official Hungry Howie,
Oh, my God.
I don't want to call you a mascot, but,
No.
you know, friend.
Right.
And you can keep your head warm with that in the wintertime.
Oh, boy.
And
I
this
could
one here, this is our Love, Hope, and Pizza
Oh,
T-shirt for you.
oh, my God. I thank you very, very much.
No, I thank you. I appreciate you know, everything you do for the community as well.
But in receiving all this, I got to go on record as one thing.
What's that?
No way am I related to Margaret Muir. I just happen to have the same last name. Anyways, Mike, thanks an awful lot for being here on the show today. Thank you for this.
I thank
We
you.
wish you all the luck in the world with your
I
operation.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're back on, and I've got Thad Zott from Zott Motor Group. Zat, why don't you tell us a little bit about the operation, the dealerships that you have, and what's going on with your group?
Sure. Well, Gordon, thanks for the invitation. We're glad to be here. It's a pleasure to be here with the school district and you. And so, yeah, we're with Zott Automotive Group. We have 4 locations in the Oakland County area.
Okay.
We have Chrysler Jeep in White Lake, Dodge Ram in Highland. And then a lot of people don't know we have a Ford dealership in Holly and a Toyota dealership in Waterford. So 3 of our dealerships are right on M59.
Wow, that's great. Now, why don't you tell us maybe some of the new things that are going on right now in the automotive business that may be interesting to the public?
Well, sure. I mean, it's a fast-moving industry, as everybody knows. Many people, I'm sure, watching the show are tied to the auto industry somehow. You know, a lot of our students in the school district will end up in the automotive world if they stay in the Detroit area, which is obviously all of our goals is to keep the kids here in Michigan working.
Right.
And yeah, so it's a fast-paced industry. Certainly, it's a very competitive industry, as many industries are today. But from the manufacturer standpoint, you know, the shelf life of a new vehicle anymore is about 3 years, and then people get bored with it.
Oh, boy.
So either you have to do a refresh, you have to change the interior, or you have to come out with a whole new model.
Right.
And that's really a lot of the questions I get being a part of the industry is, you know, what's coming out next? Or maybe they sneak a picture out of you know, the Ford Bronco is always a very popular topic around town. They've been kind of sneaking that picture out there for years now. When is it going to arrive? When is it going to arrive?
Right.
Well, I did finally hear a scoop that it will be here in 2021.
Ooh.
So it sounds like it definitely is no longer a rumor, and it's going to be down the production row coming at us. But there's a lot of exciting news from the Jeep side. We have a big vehicle getting to arrive really at the end of the year. More so, I think we'll see volumes in Q1 of 2019. But a very anticipated product, the Jeep Wrangler pickup truck. You may have seen it in the past as a scrambler,
Right.
back in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
And so they're bringing back the Jeep Wrangler pickup truck, and that should be in our showrooms with probably more, like I said, inventory in Q1. But you might see a few around the road here pretty quick.
Now, how do you find the amount of sales compared to the past? Are we increasing? Are we staying about the same?
Certainly. Well, the industry is still over a 17 million new car pace right now
Right.
for the country, which is a pretty hot pace.
Right.
And used cars are doing very well right behind it. So from all of our great manufacturers that we have right here in our backyard, we really couldn't ask for much more than that number. So as a new car dealer, we've been very, very pleased with the numbers that have been happening from the market, and
Right.
certainly in our region, leasing, it really helps us push the new car side because we have such a high percentage of leasing taking place in the metro area.
That's what I understand. There's like more leasing now than there has been in the past. Is that something?
It's definitely growing nationally, but to give you an idea, nationally it's somewhere flirts around a 30% rate of leasing. In the Metro Detroit area, it's more between 70 and 80.
That's what I've heard.
Right now, our group is right around that 80% mark on the new car side of things.
Wow.
And so yeah, we have a very good thing going. It's a win-win-win for everybody, to be honest with you. So it really works well in our region.
You really think people are better off leasing than buying now, or?
Well, I do in our region. There's a lot of benefits, and I could go into it with a whole nother show with you.
I know.
It's a unique reason why, but coupled with a lot of the discounts that the manufacturers offer, family and friends programs, Chrysler employee programs. Everybody has ties to the manufacturer, so kind of get these discounts.
Right.
And then there's such a high penetration of leasing that our regional support from all the manufacturers help, support the leasing side of the equation. Coupled all that together, it comes out with some very attractive lease payments, and it's a smart way to go.
Yeah, I know. I used to buy all the time, but lately I've been leasing, and
Smart guy.
thanks. I need that. I know that you give a lot to charity. Your organization, whether it's the schools or other charities, why don't you just kind of let us know some of the things that you are involved with on the charity end of it? I know that you've done some great things for the school district.
Yes.
Why don't you let the public know exactly what you've done to that?
Sure. Well, thanks for the question. And really, it's a culture of Zod Automotive Group. I have some great business partners. My dad, Tom, 76 years old, still full of energy. Comes in the dealership, 3, 4, sometimes 5 days a week still. My brother, Todd, who's also in the industry, and then my sister is also involved as well, Tara. And that is really kind of the foundation of our culture. We all have a big mindset of, if you're going to have a family-run business, you have to be engaged with the community.
Right.
You have to make the community better. And when you really embrace that culture, I think your employees buy into it. And then it really turns into a win-win, as it has with the school district. We've been partnering with Huron Valley Schools now for about 15 years, and every year it seems like it's growing bigger and bigger, and the relationship gets stronger and stronger. It was years of investing into the school district, I think, before we saw, more people getting engaged from teachers and students and neighbors coming to us. But we knew if we would help make the school district better, in the long run, it would benefit. We have 350 employees around, give or take a few here or there.
Right.
That a lot of them are from our backyard. The people who went to school here, many people who go to school here stay here and have their families and grow up here with their families.
Right.
So a lot of our employees are Huron Valley School graduates, and some of them are current students. So you get that relationship going, and it really turns into a win-win. People want to work for you, they want to do business with you, and they see that you're involved with the community. So for us, there's definitely a benefit, but it also feels fantastic being able to be in a position where you can actually make a difference. The Huron Valley School District's obviously a big portion of it. I think we're up to, around a $150,000 commitment over a 6-year period with the school district. So it was a big investment, but I think it's paying dividends for the schools and for Zod Automotive Group, and it's really turned into a win-win.
A lot of it went for the athletic fields?
Yeah, athletics and arts primarily, but we've supported really all aspects of the schools. If they have a particular project they're working on and they want to use some of the donations that we've sent to the school district for different areas, certainly we're flexible, but primarily it's been carved out for the athletics and the arts.
Now, I know that you're well known for your commercials.
Yes.
And we're here today. And why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about how you work and who these people you work with on these commercials? Because we all see them, we love them, and I think you do a fantastic job. But
well, thank you for the compliment. I will say before we move on to that topic, which I'm glad you asked me that question, 2 other big charities we do regionally are the Ronald McDonald House of Detroit, which we've really been involved with for many, many years. It's a charity near and dear to my family's heart. My son had an illness, back in 2004. Our son, my wife Robin, and myself stayed at the Ronald McDonald House for 30 days. That's really where our tie started with that whole commitment. And that's been a great relationship as well. And then we've also done some things with the Joe Koster Foundation for Children. He does such a fantastic job in our community. We're lucky to have people like that and that organization in our backyard, because they also support all kinds of different children charities as well right here in our backyard.
I know they have quite a baseball game.
Yes, that's one of the things we're very involved with.
I know that you
celebrity
are involved
baseball
in that.
game.
Right.
Absolutely. Great people. But on to your other question, the commercials, it's a really interesting dynamic, because we used to just advertise in the paper. And as the internet changed the way society goes to market and people operate day to day, certainly we had to get engaged in these different types of media.
Right.
We have a very interesting culture at Zott Auto Group. You walk in and it doesn't feel like your typical dealership. We have foosball table, we have music cranking, we have popcorn going on. Sometimes we'll have ping pong in the middle of the showroom. And that culture of fun and energy and excitement, we really wanted to morph into our advertising. And that's really where it got started, with some of these kind of interesting ideas we have that are a little bit outside of the box on the commercial side.
I think they're great.
Thank you.
I think the people enjoy them, and I know that you've done a lot of work with Joey Kosher.
They seem to be cutting the clutter, and that's the ultimate goal when it comes to advertising.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, we really appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you.
We want to wish you all the best down the road. I know that you're going to do very well. You have been doing well.
Well, the community's been fantastic to us. We're very grateful to do business in this area, live in this area. We live in Highland, so it's been a great place to raise a family.
Well, that's great, and I want to thank you very much.
My pleasure, and congratulations to you on a Citizen of the Year award. Well deserved.
Thanks a lot.
All right, my pleasure.
Appreciate it very much. Welcome back to our show this evening. I've got Joelle Beecher from the Chamber of Commerce. She's the Executive Director. Joelle, why don't you tell us what's presently going on with the Chamber, and maybe a little later what's going to happen down the road?
All right, very good. Well, the Chamber, as you know, is always a very busy place. We've always got a million things going on. Right now we're working on our membership renewals. We have about 450 members that are actually primarily from Commerce, Highland, Milford, and White Lake, but all over Michigan, actually. We find that a lot of people want to be a part of the Huron Valley Chamber.
Oh, that's great.
We're working on a Christmas parade. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then this year we have something exciting. We have our 50th annual Holiday Gala. So it's a great event. We love putting it on. It's over 200 people usually, formal event, dinner dance, and we get to recognize some of the great people in our community. For example, you were the Citizen of the Year last year, so we're working on a new person for that.
Right.
We get to recognize our volunteers that put in so much time and effort over the year and kind of say thank you to them, and a Business of the Year.
Now, I know that we don't have any of the names yet of people that have won these things, but when it comes to the parade, don't they all, by that time, appear in the parade also?
Yes, they do. We get to give them a car in the parade, so they get to kind of have their one day to go ride down the streets of Milford and wave at all the people. And they will have an article, hopefully in the papers, coming out to announce that as well. So they get to really get some nice publicity and thanks for what they do.
Well, that's great. Now, what do you have prepared for coming year? That's some of the stuff that's going to happen.
We are a very busy chamber. We do a lot of great networking events for our members. We have standing coffee clubs and mixers and lunches. But also we're a very big event chamber. We put on some very big local events such as Milford Memories.
Right.
We have a new one, Currents Music Festival, that we're really excited about. This will be its third year. We do an egg hunt. We do Brewed in Michigan. We do the golf outing that you're the chairman of, and it's been hugely successful since you took that over.
Thank you.
And then if I could take a moment, I'd like to thank you for this great idea for this TV show. It's very exciting, and I think we're going to have a lot of members that are going to really like this. And it's all thanks to you and your creativity and bringing this to us and the schools for doing it with us.
Well, we have to remember also, Joelle, that you have to be a member of the chamber
Absolutely.
to appear on this show.
Yes, you do.
So anybody out there in TV land, if you want to get on the show, you certainly can, but you must be a member.
That is right, and we're always looking and taking on new members. So
Now, we have two major fundraising events with the chamber, basically. When I say fundraisers, you've got the golf outing, then you have the Brood in Michigan. I know that we raise money off of the Milford Memories, but when we raise all this money, I'm certainly sure there's organizations and things that are involved in that we give money to.
absolutely.
A lot of people sit back and they wonder, what does the Chamber of Commerce do with all the money, okay?
Yeah.
Well, it's spent very well, and we've donated a substantial amount just recently, and you could talk about that down in the park.
Yes, we did. We gave a big donation to the Village of Milford to help refurbish the playscape. Over the year, we try to pick different charities for all of our events. So every event that we do, we have charity partners that we give money to, or for example, for our holiday gala, we partner with the YMCA's Strong Kids campaign, and they do a silent auction and raise sometimes over $6,000 doing that silent auction. So we try to give back to as many different organizations as we can. Milford Memories, we allow several nonprofit groups to have tents on site to be able to raise money that way.
Right.
We work with a lot of the school groups. They will come out and they do the trash for Milford Memories, and we pay them to do that. So it's a great fundraiser, and a lot of the school groups, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the HOT team, they all get to participate and make money through the event.
That's great. Now, don't we give out some scholarships too?
We do. That's we give out 4 scholarships, 2 to Milford and 2 to Lakeland each year, and that is one of the most rewarding things to do. It really is. There are so many amazing kids in this area, and to be able to give back and give them scholarships is a huge reward for us.
Right. Now, how do we determine who gets these scholarships? Do we have a committee, or?
We do. We have a committee that we review the applications that they turn in, and it's a tough job. It really is. There are so many kids that are deserving, and when you read these applications, it's hard to just narrow it down and pick 2. But we do each year, and it's great when you get to go to the school and present those scholarships to them.
Now, I know we gave money to the park,
Mhm.
and you said we made a donation.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, why don't you let the public know how much that donation was?
We gave the Village of Milford $15,000 towards that playscape.
Right. So it wasn't like a $1,000
Oh,
package.
no.
So it was a
You know,
major
it's-
contribution.
It is, and I think that lots of times, you know, maybe we aren't as vocal in all the donations we give.
That's right.
But it's not about being publicly about it. It's about just feeling good and giving back and doing the right thing, and that's what we do it for.
Well, that's why I'm kind of asking these questions today, because I think that it's important that the public knows exactly what the chamber is doing. I know that Thad Zott, who was on here earlier, talked about how the chamber has helped him in his business. I know that the Hungry Howie group know the same thing. So, I mean, these are things that the chamber is doing to better businesses in the area.
Oh, absolutely. You know, to be honest, the chamber is all about growing businesses, but in that job of growing businesses, you're supporting the community, you're helping the schools, and you're making it a better place for everybody. So it's not just about helping that one business, it's the community as a whole.
Right now, don't we have weekly get-togethers of different businesses that get together and share ideas back and forth?
We have a lot of different things. We have coffee clubs that are a free networking event that we do currently twice a month.
Right.
We have 4 different referral groups which meet every other week, and they're huge. They're growing all the time.
Yeah.
We have a new young professionals network that's just starting out, and we're working on that. So there are a lot of different groups and things that people can do outside of just the normal coffee clubs to get involved and get their name out there and meet more people and network.
See, that's why I think it's so important. You know, you join the chamber. A lot of people just join the chamber because they want to put a shingle out in the door saying they're a member of the chamber, which helps their business certainly, but they certainly should get involved because
yes.
there's so much that, like Thad Zott, he gets involved in a lot of things, and by getting involved like he does, people know him, they meet him, and they go buy cars from him.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And I just think it's so good for the chamber to get involved.
Right. And one of the things that I love about our job, too, that we do as a chamber is we have what's called chamber bucks. And I know the Huron Valley school teachers and coaches get a lot of those over the year because we sell over $15,000 a year in chamber books. We don't make any money on this. All it is a gift certificate that people can use at local businesses. So it helps support the local economy, supports our members, and it's a great way to give back. And instead of buying one gift certificate at one restaurant, now you've got over 100 places to use it at.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I thank you for all that you're doing with the chamber. You guys do a wonderful job. There's you, there's Jen, and Jennifer. All you people in the office work hard. You do so much for the chamber. And it wouldn't be today where it's at if it wasn't for the group of you girls in that chamber.
Thank you.
So I really thank you for coming today, letting everybody know what's going on with the chamber.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Gordon.
Joelle. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed your Huron Valley Chamber today. This is a production of HVS TV at Huron Valley Schools. This was made possible in partnership with the Huron Valley Chamber of Commerce and WOCA, the Western Oakland County Cable Communications Authority. Tune in for new episodes soon and remember to support your local businesses.